What is up, Madmen of the People? ZFarls here with a Brett Favre review. You see that G for Gunslinger Chemistry? A quick tip on that, we'll drop a fire one from RG, who you should definitely follow. The new Gunslinger Chemistry makes you less likely to trigger those very long wind-up animations on deep passes. We've all had those. If you guys want to see how Brett Favre throws, go check out the link in the description. Somebody posted a video from the community of him throwing a deep ball downfield. Nice, quick, fast gunslinger release. They also dropped new legends in the game today, so before we get to Favre, we'll go at them real quick. Howie Long and Bruce Matthews. For Howie Long, he comes in with 94 strength, 93 block shed at left end. Notice no jump the snap trade. He does have double edge setter though, which is a very solid chemistry. He got 92 power move and 82 finesse, so definitely more of a power move style rusher. I'm looking at him and I'm thinking, He's got what it takes. He's all around across the board, depending on chemistry. But I look at the Olivier Vernon, who I think is pretty similar and gives you +2 for motivator. So if you're going to spend in the similar area of cost, I'm going to look to one of those defensive linemen that's going to give you a boost in either power move, finesse move, or block shed from the motivator pack. But I do like this long 90 play rec. He's got what it takes. It's just a preference of how you want to craft your defensive line and what you like to use your ends for. You obviously wouldn't use him because he doesn't have the jump to snap. Now, Bruce Matthews is on the offensive line. He's a left guard, which is great. Notice he has the identifier chemistry, so that lets you see where the user defender is on the field. Currently, it's on Kelsey, who's a center, but he's not the best center in the game, but he has the most valuable ability chemistry in the game. So I think this Matthews is the new meta at left guard if you're going to try and build the best team possible. There wasn't really a left guard. You already had your tackle position set because of the motivator left tackle and right tackle. One gives you +2 run block with Streif, and the other guy gives you +2 pass block. So you had to play those guys. Then you had to play Kelsey, but now you play Matthews at guard, and then you can just put a better center into the game. So he's the new meta. Salary cap-wise, I don't know if you spend on him or Kelsey. A lot of people like that identifier. Some people say they don't need it because they already know where the user is if you pay attention like Gibbs. But once you have it, it's really hard to go back. It's a really nice thing to look if you're into competitive Madden. So how can you go about getting the Freeze Master Brett Favre? Well, it starts out with an 86 overall that I believe you get just for logging in. You can do the Frozen Tundra solos to get him up to 89. Once you get to the Tier 2 of Favre Chemistry, I think you get the really super Frozen Tundra solo challenges. You break those down for a 92, and then you can work on a set for the Freeze Master, which requires 6 Ghosts of Madden, a bunch of other stuff you can read about right there. Also, there's limited time Favres in packs. We'll break those down, but let's first take ourselves a little look at new receiver in this game right now, Antonio Freeman. He's got Favre chemistry. He's got 92 speed and 92 route running. I believe that this item is quite possibly better than the new Ocho Cinco that came out last week. I love what this guy brings to the table. He's perfect to go with Brett Favre. 86 catch in traffic is a bit of a lower rating that you're used to seeing. Usually you'll see that up at 88, 89. With these types of players, they don't usually venture too far, but what that means is, well, now you're getting value. He doesn't have the catch in traffic, but that lets him have higher spec, lets him have the good route running and speed. Am I going to add this guy to my lineup? No, but he's really, really solid with that speed and route running and spec combo. I just don't have a role that I would specifically use him for since I'm already working with a Moss as my big downfield guy and Marvin Harrison as my personal route runner. I'm going to try and get guys to 96. But I'd like to get guys to 92. Now, Sterling Sharpe's a catch and traffic guy through and through. So if you get the Favre and you play with these two guys and you get the boost to the Favre chem, you're now looking at a Freeman who's a speed and route runner, and then a Sterling Sharpe who's an across-the-middle catch and traffic guy who's a big strength guy, super strong, going to hang on to everything. So those two receivers work well in tandem. We mentioned, Sharpe has a super high catch in traffic, whereas Freeman didn't have it, but Freeman has kind of the rest of it. So I've used Sharpe in previous Maddens. He seems to always play pretty well, and he's pretty strong. 38 cap for him gives you that Favre chemistry, so definitely look into those guys. Now, 96 Favre is a big-time investment, guys. It's going to cost you a lot of time to get those solo challenges done, utilize potentially those ghosts in the set, so it's totally up to you guys. But there is also the 92 that you'll see right here. So if you just want to use Favre, this one has the 3 times chemistry. He's got 94 throw power, 91 short, 91 mid, and 92 deep. So no conductor on him, but he's 52 cap, which is right around that 53 range of McNabb, of McNair. And it's just really the speed it's kind of missing from this. But this is a solid all-around option at the 92. And you'll see here, when he jumps up to the 96, you're getting 2 more speed. You're getting more throw power. He jumps up to 57 cap plus the Gunslinger Ability Chemistry. So once again, this ability chemistry, I mean, I've heard, people say, oh man, this is going to be the new conductor. This is going to be the new meta. If you like to throw short passes and get the ball out super fast, or if you like to go downfield and you don't like waiting on that big hop, step, crow hop potentially, and you want this throw power to take over, this could be the new meta. Now, pre-snap, tournament players with a 30-second play clock and salary cap, I just feel that there's so much value to having a conductor quarterback that it'll be hard for them to make that change. I think there'll be some resistance to it, but, I mean, we always see, like, there's a meta, and then there's what Stiffmeister did with Steven Jackson. There's, like, the next thing. So I fully expect to see all those guys trying out this new Gunslinger and seeing how it works, and if they can then build an offense that changes around what they're trying to do with pre-snap adjustments and hot routes and gun bunch and having to make all these shifts and changes before the snap, getting out, only having 17 seconds left on the play clock, and having to snap the ball with their adjustments. So Favre in the Gunslinger, I love what it brings to the table, to the game. Like I said, Terrell Pryor is a quarterback I've been using, and I've noticed now that deep throw crow hop more than ever in the last couple days. Now that I've got these faster receivers like Dion and in these routes that go downfield, PA wide receiver in, I'm starting to see the deep ball open up more and more with some of the new items out, and I just can't get him the ball in time. So I am going to test out this 96 Favre. Let me know what you guys think about the Gunslinger Ability Chemistry. Like I said, I'm going to link to a video of it in the description. Somebody on the Reddit Madden Ultimate team has a video of it, and let me know what you guys think. If you are to get a Favre with Tier 3, in Tier 3 of the Favre Chemistry, Tier 2 CM, Tier 1 UF. This was also from the Reddit, so make sure you guys check them out. You can get him up to 99. He's has 76 speed in that scenario, so same speed. But, I mean, his passing ratings go up to 97, throw power, 98 deep. So it's just an absurd item. Even though he's not the fastest, the speed, take away, I don't know. That's a great question. And then to use the number 4, ability chemistry, do you have to then play some of those other Packers, and then is that worth it? Because, are they as good as Randy Moss in that situation? So those are all big factors into deciding whether or not you want to go with this Favre. But I think the Gunslinger has to be tried out. Somebody else pulled from that same Reddit a LeSean McCoy flashback. He's kind of the last hidden item in this thing. 93 speed, 96 agility, Energizer ability chemistry, which, we all want to see battle ready. But if you're going to have a super agile back, the Energizer isn't a bad option. At the start of the year, I was a huge fan of LeSean McCoy, his team of the week. Now he's up to 93 speed. That's tied for fastest back in the game. Puts him one above a lot of those 92 speed trucking backs. 94 elusive. The agility is really what separates every LeSean McCoy from every other option that I've played with over the course of the season. And then the last thing that McCoy does really well, he's got very good route running, catches out of the backfield nicely. So, if you can't afford the David Johnson who can do both of that as a trucking style back, you can always feel pretty confident that McCoy's an every down back and you're going to get your value out of him. Now, as far as the cost goes, I don't know if he goes on my Mount Rushmore that we posted in our last video of halfbacks, but this is a 250,000 coin halfback. I mean, this is a big time halfback right here. And so, good on McCoy. Nice surprise here on the holiday. Well, that's pretty much it for today in Ultimate Team. I mean, there's some big surprises coming out. The number one thing I would implore you to do is if you're interested in the Gunslinger, definitely follow RG and ask him any questions that come up and start to see how are people going to use this to get the ball out fast. Are those bubble screens going to become more popular? Are downfield passes going to become more popular? Like deeper corner routes? Like what can people do now that they have a quarterback who can sling the ball all across the field without really suffering like a long windup. That's pretty crucial when everything comes down to seconds. And all those times you're about to get sacked when a big hit, comes your way. And oh man, if I just had the corner route, if I could just got the ball out. Instead, it's a sack fumble, but not potentially with this Gunslinger anymore. So we'll have to see how it shakes out. Let me know what holiday items you're going after. And if you're in the fantasy finals, good luck this week. Let me know in the comments if you get that W. All right, guys, until next time, this is ZFarls saying lock up.